Good afternoon, and welcome to Chamber Member Spotlight. I'm Diana Aliberti, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, and today I'm here with
Sheryl Queen, Treasurer of the Chamber of Commerce.
Ed Johnson, owner-operator of Pesky Pest Services here in town.
We are diving into the world of businesses who are chamber members, and we're excited that you're here to join us live.
Thank you for having me.
And so Ed is the owner-operator of Pesky Pest Services, and you are a company that is solving unwanted pests and wildlife problems in the area.
Yes, we enjoy doing it. Our goal is to protect people's properties, businesses, yards from unwanted pests and wildlife issues that may arise. And we've been doing it. I've been doing this now for 17 years.
Great. Well, welcome to the show. It's great to have you with us here. I do want to give a shout out to your website, peskypestservices.com, and you can also find Ed and his services at winthroppestcontrol.com. So thank you again for joining us today. So let's start with your story, Ed. Tell us a little bit about how you came to own this company and what it's about.
Excuse me. We came to own this company. My wife and I started it about coming on 7 years now. Right before COVID. I had worked for another firm for a while where I went from the bottom of the ladder up to managing it, and I wanted to be more available to my family and have a little more flexibility in scheduling, which I didn't have at the other company. And so we started our own company, and we've grown every year since. So it's been a great experience.
Fabulous. What do you personally like the most about your business? Like, what are you most jazzed about in terms of that?
I like to be able to do things my way, which my wife is very much my partner in this, and she wasn't able to be here today with me, but I know she's always by my side. So between her and I, we work very well together. We live together. We raise a family together, and so she's my partner. And I think it's probably the most fulfilling thing is being able to work with my best friend and my partner. And
it's beautiful to get get your family involved with your company.
Yeah,
right.
And my son's actually the one who named it. So when we were starting it, and we had the list of different names, and he said, "How about Pesky?" And we just looked at each other and said, "That's it.
That's it.
That's the one."
It certainly is, right?
And the rest is history. So. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you're in a rapidly evolving space, and what do you see that is happening in terms of trends, or what should we, as homeowners or renters, be aware of?
Well, every season has a different pest that is really kind of for that season. So early spring, and I get flooded with calls for squirrels and raccoons getting into people's homes because it's their baby season. So, and what we try to do is everything that we do wildlife-wise is humane. So we don't do any trapping or euthanizing. Everything is humane exclusion, where we use a one-way door method where the animals are able to exit but not return, and then seal up that area to prevent more from coming in. But then every other season is, right now all the insects are coming alive, so we're getting calls for termites and ants and all that stuff. And then mice and rats are kind of a year-round thing. And we're also doing a lot of tick and mosquito calls right now and getting people's yards ready for the summer so that they can enjoy the yards without having to worry about mosquitoes biting them.
Right, right. We're getting out and about. It's going to be nice to be out and about. And thank you for sharing the part about humane treatment. I think that's something our viewers would want to hear.
Yeah, my wife and I are wildlife advocates where, everything has a balanced ecosystem, and we got to be careful not to disrupt that. And even though I'm in pest control and I'm there to remove mice and rats from your home, I'm not, everything has a reason that they're there, and, we don't want to disrupt the ecosystem that, we have.
Gotcha. What would you say are your biggest challenges in your business, or do you see anything new for 2025, 2026?
I would say the biggest challenges are definitely the changing regulations in our industry. They're always talking about banning more tools in our tool belt, and definitely makes it harder for us to be able to provide the services sometimes. It puts more ownership on the homeowner or the business to fix things, and then when they start taking away some things. But we also practice integrated pest management, which is using a variety of different methods to solve the problem. So we do exclusion, we do traps, baits, different things to get rid of pests from the house and the structures. The exclusion's a huge part because it can prevent mice from coming in for a long time. So it's not just about using rodenticides or insecticides, which I know some people don't like to use, and it's a way to kind of use different tools in the tool bag to come up with to solving a problem.
That's awesome. I think it's exciting to hear that you're positioned to handle whatever comes down your way.
Yes.
Being responsive is a huge piece of the equation.
Well, a lot of companies don't do everything that we do, and as a small company, to be able to provide most services in-house has been huge for us, because a lot of companies don't climb ladders and don't do the wildlife exclusion work or don't do termite work, but we do everything right in-house for the most part. There's usually not too many jobs that are too big for us to do.
So I have a question.
Yes.
All the years of experience of pest elimination, what is the strangest call that you've ever received?
I actually get asked that a lot, and we do so many different things. I mean, coming face to face with a raccoon in an attic can be a little scary, even though you've been doing it for a long time. We get calls for bats in the house all the time, things like that. So. Bed bugs is always a fun one to explore when you go into a house that's full of bed bugs. So I've kind of seen everything over 17 years, so there's not much that surprises me anymore. But it's an interesting field, and I like what I do because everything's kind of changing and different, and most calls aren't the same. So it's kind of fun to.
Every day is different.
Except that next new challenge is fun.
Right.
So yeah,
Every day is different.
I feel like it's a little bit of psychotherapy. You're talking people off the ledge because we're at a loss sometimes,
Yeah,
and we're
and-
thinking this is never going to end.
Yeah, my wife Allison is great with that because it all starts with her in the phone, and when
Right.
she's answering the phone and somebody calls panicked that they have a pest problem, and she's able to talk with them, calm them down, and let them know that there's help on the way.
Right.
And so she starts with her, and then a lot of times, me and my technician, when we get out there and we have to talk and kind of talk them down. It's okay.
Right.
You do have a pest problem. We'll be able to handle this for you.
You're not crazy. You actually do
your
have.
your house is not going to
something
fall
happened.
down,
It's
and you're
okay.
going to be
Yeah.
okay. We'll get through this together.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
I have a personal experience that I'd like to share about you and your business that I tell everyone. And that is, we had a little hole in our building in Revere Beach, and there were birds that were flying in and out of the hole. And I said, his business offered to remove the birds and repair the hole for me so it didn't happen over and over again. And when he went up on the ladder to repair the hole, he noticed that there were bird eggs. Remember this? Right?
Yeah.
And he came back down and he said, look, he said, I could board it up. He said, but there are eggs in there. And I said, you know what? Let's wait until they're gone, wait until they're hatched, and then we'll board it up.
Yeah.
And I tell that story to everyone because for me, someone else may have just boarded it up and I would have felt horrible.
Yeah.
And if those eggs, they hatched and, the little baby birds, but you didn't. You came down off the ladder, you said, look, there's babies up there. And I said, okay, let's wait.
Well, that's it. We just, like I said, we want to keep a balanced ecosystem, and
Right.
all
Yep.
these animals have a right to live too, and so we don't want to hurt them, but
Yeah.
we do want to keep them out of your business.
But
so
I'll
when the time
never
is right,
forget
that's
that.
what we try to do.
Yeah,
Is,
it was the best. I tell everybody that story.
We have had similar problems when we go to a place and there's baby squirrels, and I come down and I say, well, they're not quite old enough to leave on their own yet. So in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to kind of do the work, and then
They're not
that way they'll
18.
be able to leave on their own, and they'll be with
Yeah.
mom, and everything will be fine. And
Yeah.
most people are okay with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm not gonna split up a family. So, we're going to make sure that the babies are safe and mom will be able to be with them. So when the time is right. So, the squirrels by that point have usually been there for a little while. So an extra couple of weeks isn't usually the end of the world.
Right.
So,
Right.
but, we want these things to live.
Well, I like that you have offered a strategy, because sometimes it's just what is the best strategy, because we have no idea. So
Yeah, and every situation that you walk into can be a little different, and so having different strategies will help to, it will help because every customer is different too. So by having different strategies, you're able to help each customer with what they're having a problem with, where they're having the problem, and also help with questions that come up like baby eggs and baby squirrels, and a big one is pesticides in the home. So we try to be on the safer side and not just go in and start spraying people's homes, but use a safer alternative. Baits for like ants and roaches and things like that are very effective, and usually just a little more time consuming, but I'd rather use those and keep the family safe in their own home, and instead of going in there and spraying. But every company's different, but we try to take a safer approach.
that's great. I love that we have somebody to call. We know businesses face roadblocks. So what, if you had to think of a major challenge that you've had, that you faced, what you might have learned from that? Is there anything that particularly comes to mind?
Well, we started our company in 2019, so COVID was right there at the start of our business, and we were lucky enough to be able to work through COVID because we were essential. Being in the pest control industry, we were considered essential, and we were able to go out and help people through that. But that was the first roadblock, was starting a business in COVID. And but we were able to get through that. And we faced challenges just like any other normal family or normal business with things that happen at the home, or slow periods, just like anybody else. Our winters can get pretty slow, but knock on wood, we've been able to withstand the colder winters like this last one, where nobody wanted to be out, including the mice and rats. So we were able to survive that just fine, and we're doing okay now. We're really busy now, and we have a technician that we hired in November that's really helped us to start to grow to that next step. And he's just a great young man that does a lot for us, and we're glad to have him on board.
Excellent. So. Excellent. Well, let's look ahead. What would you say is next for you and Pesky Pests?
I think we just want to kind of keep our mission, our goal as to, we want to grow, but we don't want to grow too fast. We want to stay that small family business that is really focused on the customer experience and, kind of meeting customers where their needs are. And I don't believe in pushing a bunch of junk emails and stuff like that. So usually we just try to keep it basic and simple and grow organically. We really haven't had the need to advertise. So we've been fortunate that when somebody gets on one of the Winthrop Pest or the Winthrop Open discussion groups on the Facebook, and they throw our name out there, and we don't even have to do anything. So that's been the greatest thing, is the word of mouth travels fast, and we get a lot of referrals from people that have used us or know of us, and it's helped our business to grow without having to rely on advertisement and different things like that. As a small business, it's hard to compete with the bigger companies that have the money to do that. So we rely on, organic, word of mouth, the old-fashioned way. So
Word of mouth and service.
that's it. We try to provide a service. I think my goal and my wife's goal when we started it is to focus on, customer service, and, my work can speak for itself because I've been doing this for so long, and I know what I'm doing, and so really just customer service is really where I think it all starts and ends, is keeping the customer satisfied and happy.
Absolutely.
Well, we're very thankful that you've partnered up with the Chamber, and we are an extended marketing arm as well. So we're happy that you could be here with us today. But I did want to ask you this, and I did not get a chance to ask you this. When you were younger, what did you dream for yourself for your life?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I wasn't one of those people that grew up and was like, I'm going to be a fireman, or I'm going to be a policeman, or a doctor. I really didn't know. My father was a fireman in Cambridge for 30-something years, and so I came from a family that was military, fire, and all that stuff. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for a long time. I kind of stumbled into the pest industry, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was different. It was problem solving, and every house has a different, even though it might be mice in 3 consecutive homes, what you have to do to get rid of those mice in those homes could be different. So it was challenging and rewarding. So I just liked it, right from the beginning.
That's
it was
perfect.
fun.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's it. Yeah, it keeps you on your toes sometimes too. It's like, you're scratching your head, like, what am I going to do here? But I think outside the box sometimes to solve some of the tougher pest problems, and that's what's made me successful. Is
Well, thank you so much for that. Relationships are very important to us, and we've learned so much sitting with you here today. And hope that our guests have as well.
One of the first things we did when we started our company was join the chamber, actually, because we believe in local, and the chamber is a great tool for a local small business that's just starting out to get their name out there, to network, and that's how I met Sheryl, actually.
That's right.
So,
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
And so these
rest is
things
history.
are important for a small business that's just starting out. The chamber is a great tool to help them to grow to that next level. So.
Oh, thank you for affirming us, and thank you again for being here. We appreciate
No,
all
not
your
a problem.
insight.
This has been fun.
I learned a great deal from you, and it was an excellent experience. So again, we want to make sure that we can give you a shout out. Where to find you is peskypestservices.com or winthroppestcontrol.com.
We also have a Facebook page, Pesky
good.
Pest Services Facebook page.
Great.
My wife Allison usually runs and handles that. She does a great job with it, and she works hard at it.
Your
so.
branding is great. I love your branding. It's very memorable. So yeah, Allison's great too. So
Yeah, thank you. This has been fun. So
it's been great.
It's been perfect.
Well, thank you so much
No,
for
not a problem.
sharing your time with us. We'll be back after a quick break.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
The way my mind works, I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
Analytics and empathy. That's how I'm getting clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I'm more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree, and today I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. Stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hi, Sheryl.
Hi, Diana.
All right, well, I'm excited to be here with you. We are kicking off our chamber segment.
First ever 75-year anniversary for the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce is this year, so we have a lot of exciting things happening for the year. First, we are updating our website.
That's a biggie. We recognize that we want to update some of the branding. We want to make sure that current members are on the website.
Yeah.
And there's other functionality to it, I think, that could be really powerful for people when they're searching for chamber members. I think it's kind of neat. I love the branding aspect of it, and I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yeah, and additionally on our website, you'll be able to, you can currently purchase our Winthrop gift certificates on the website, but you'll also be able to purchase it on our new updated website. when we talk about Winthrop Bucks or the Winthrop gift certificates, they're sold in $5 and $25 increments right now. And they can be purchased at the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce or again on the newly renovated website right there, and then they're mailed to you, or you could come pick them up at the chamber office. We do need more chamber members to participate and to start to accept those gift certificates. We'll be updating the listing for it pretty soon.
Right.
What am I missing?
All the marketing materials will be updated for that. We'll have that will be available on our Facebook page, and when the website gets updated, it's a separate category, like a drop down. So you'll be able to look ahead and see all these businesses are accepting these gift certificates. Yeah, that would make a great gift.
Yeah, it is.
And it has a 7-year lifespan to it,
It
right?
does,
Right.
it does.
So in case you don't use it right away, you can.
I mean, how many communities have their own gift certificate program?
Right.
I mean, that it really includes all the businesses within the community. It's really a great program, and it's, like Diana said, it's a great gift. Graduation's coming, Mother's Day,
Right.
birthdays, the summer. Winthrop Dollars and Winthrop Bucks, the gift certificate program is a great alternative to other gift certificates.
And it's good for businesses if a business doesn't have their own gift certificate program. It's printed by us and taken care of by us. So we basically maintain the program for chamber businesses, and that can ease some of that work, take the load off some chamber members, and that's one of the things that's really very important about the chamber. In addition to being a governmental liaison, we are a very inexpensive marketing arm.
Correct.
You know, and that was one of the reasons why I was drawn to the position. My background is marketing, digital marketing, and sales, and so you have like a little mini marketing department within a marketing department, which is an extended arm to your business, where we can stand in the gap for things that you might not want to offer on your own.
Yeah, so if there are any Winthrop businesses out there that would like to be part of the list, contact Diana at the Chamber of Commerce. Also, well, I think that's it on the Winthrop Dollars, right?
Right.
I'm losing my mind a little
That's
bit,
okay.
I think.
I love that program. I started to think about all the holidays that are coming up. So you had mentioned, don't forget your moms, Mother's Day, and also graduation. There's Father's Day, and so it's a real robust time of year where people are looking to provide, gifts for people, and this is a super practical gift for people.
Right, and it does not cost, what I was going to say is it does not cost the businesses anything to join or to redeem. It's a dollar for dollar program. So, all right, we're good if that's good.
I love that. I do want to give a shout out to WCAT for partnering with us in programming here. We're excited about the fact that we are going to be doing this on a regular basis, putting a spotlight on business members and nonprofits that are members of the chamber, and also to give an update as to what's going on, because things are thumping and we want to increase value in the community. So it's really important to share that. Just know if you are a featured business or you want to be a featured business and you are a member of the chamber, you can get on here with us, and you will also get a YouTube link after, which is nice. So you can repurpose it. That's a marketing component for you. You can share that. You can repurpose that however you want to repurpose it. And even if you don't have, like local TV on your TV, you'll have that link, which I think is invaluable. So you can use it in
on your
in other
website,
places.
on your social media, and so forth.
Right. Cheryl, you're going to do a yard sale update, because many people had asked us about yard selling, and I'm thrifty as all heck, so I understand that.
So I am not a yard sale girl. Diana is. So we kind of went back and forth on the yard sale when she first took the position. We originally had said that, we're going to table the yard sale for this year, and then the outpouring of support for the yard sale through the Winthrop community, we kind of took a step back and decided, okay, I think this is something that we still need to do. We need to put this on the forefront. So we do have the yard sales. It's a little different than what it was last year. We're looking to do full force again next year, is what everybody expects. But this year there will be the advertising on the yard sale sites, so that people from outside of Winthrop all come to Winthrop and shop at our yard sales. All the thrifters come in full force. And while they're here, the reason why the yard sale began in the first place back many years ago, we were trying to bring people from outside of Winthrop into Winthrop to spend their money here, both at yard sales and at our local businesses. So we plan on continuing that. Am I missing? Oh, tell them about the cheat sheet.
So
That's
yes.
something new.
I know. So it is, as much as the office will not be open that day on June 7th for the townwide yard sale, we wanted to give a checklist to participants just so they would know what they needed to do before, during, and after. We had provided a lot of that with the chamber, you know, in terms of answering questions, helping you advertise, get the word out, and just being like a general support system. So we just want to make sure that you had some updated information. And know also, you know, anything you don't sell that day, you can put up to the online group, which is the online yard sale, Winthrop Yard Sale group. It's free to upload that as well, and then just make sure you get the one that says in parentheses, not a scam, so you know that it's the legitimate one for this area. And then there'll be opportunities after that, I believe, for swapping out anything that you did not sell that day. But with Winthrop being such a small community, 1.6 miles, I think you can pretty much just tool around in your car and stumble upon all the yard sales, right? Right. And one thing I would also want to share that's important, I think many people don't realize that in order to hold a yard sale, permitting is required. You would normally need to go procure and purchase a permit, and that has been taken care of courtesy of the chamber in conjunction with town hall. So you do not need to go up there, nor do you need to pay. So there is a cost savings this year. So we wanted to kind of get a win-win situation. I also want to share that I had so many people reach out and affirm me after we had made the decision to do this. It was really neat to get to speak to people that I didn't know. So I just wanted to say thank you very much to those that affirm me publicly and privately, and you know, felt like it made their day. And so that really just kind of warmed my heart to find out, you know, okay, we found a solution. And that's really the gist of what we're doing here, is how can we stay business centric, but how can we provide solutions to small business owners, to nonprofits, and the community at large.
Correct.
Right? You know,
it's a huge undertaking.
Right.
Yeah.
And if we can be the vehicle to support the town and businesses, we're going to see increased value, and we're going to see a changing year for sure.
Absolutely.
So we have some fun things coming down the pike. This is so funny.
So we can't figure out how to say it. So prior to this taping, we're not sure whether to call it Winthropoly or Winthropoly. So that's where we're at, right?
I'm gonna call it Winthropoly.
And I'm going to call it Winthropoly.
Good luck to you. It's not easy to say, but this is a board game format where you have a pre-purchased squares and pieces and money. So it's a huge advertisement opportunity for businesses that participate, and we might extend it to people in the community as well.
Correct. It's really neat because as everyone knows, I'm sure so many of you have played Monopoly. There are all different types of businesses that would be along the outer end. We're really hoping that the 4 railroads could be the 4 yacht clubs in the town. That would be really neat. And really the game would be centered around Winthrop, all the businesses, all the nonprofits. There'll be member pricing to advertise on it, and non-member pricing. So anybody can advertise if you want to be a part of history. That board will forever outlive me, probably. And you can also, for instance, if you want to put a community chest card that says, you know, pass go and collect an ice cream at Twist and Shake. So you would pass go, collect ice cream at Twist and Shake, and there are opportunities for that too. So we design the board however we want to design it. Information will be going out within the next couple weeks with opportunities to purchase, and it's exciting. It's exciting that our little town not only has its own little gift certificate program, but will also have its own Monopoly game.
What I like about that too is it'll be in time for the holidays, the major holidays coming up. in the winter. So it'll be a gifting opportunity for people as well as exposure for businesses. So I like the idea of being able to have that as an offering, and especially since the Chamber's in our 75th year, it's going to be fun to create some branding if we decide to go that route with the branding around
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be super great.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I love that too, and I think innovation is super important, especially when you're in a small business community. So how can we continue to innovate so we don't evaporate? Is super important for us. Let's talk about the awards night, because I didn't have this on like my thing that we were going to talk about.
It's not on my list.
Everything down. I know, but you know, it was so much fun. The energy was incredible.
It was really a great night. We awarded so many great business owners and community members that night, and it was a lot of fun. The food was fantastic. Thank you, Hotel Commonwealth, for helping us with that. The food was fantastic. Thank you, of course, to the Cottage Park Yacht Club for allowing us the space for the award ceremony. And our MC, Mark Chapdelaine, did a fantastic job. Yep.
And the entire board was
Present.
Amazing, extremely cohesive, and that's the one thing I would like to share with people. This is a highly functioning board. I love working with all of you, and that event just really, I think, was just so special. And to spend time with people that you might not normally spend time with, and you know, congratulate them for their accomplishments, and just to see the joy in people's faces that were recipients, and their family too, because the family is a support system, right?
Absolutely.
Right. You don't just kind of get there on your own.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. We like to think we can, but we don't.
No, we don't. It takes a team.
Yes, we are doing holiday lighting. We talked a little bit about that, and Small Business Saturday is really cool with the different districts we're working out, champion some of those districts, because what you're seeing now is a lot of the areas around town are just as robust as the Center Business District. Like Shirley Street has really got some awesome new restaurants down that way. So slowly but surely we're going to work our way down. I'm going to get to meet those businesses and see where they're at, see what they need, as well as current members. Slowly but surely I will be getting together and just kind of finding out where people are at, what they think they need in terms of support, and how we can best serve them. And especially in terms of digital marketing and our digital presence. I think one of the things that has happened in the past like 10 years, it's probably like 100 years worth of change in 10 short years. And so we know how important our digital presence is. We know how important video is in terms of what people want to consume. And we know that as an extending arm to members, we can stand in the gap. Like, you know, you might have a new business where they're just not sure on how to market or what way they want to market, or, you know, they're trying to get their business off the ground. As you know, you've started your businesses, you know, it's like you're in that space of trying to get that rolling. We can certainly provide that support. And we, in terms of ribbon cuttings, in terms of our Facebook group, our website, I like the ribbon cuttings. I think they're super fun.
Yeah, ribbon cuttings are fun.
Right.
They're it's a great way to introduce a new business to the community. By the way, do we have a date for holiday lighting already?
Yes, so it is Friday, November 28th.
Perfect.
Small Business Saturday is the Saturday that comes right after that Friday, which is November 29th. And coincidentally, or interestingly enough, it's called Black Friday because it used to be a huge make or break for businesses where they would get back into the black. So hence the name Black Friday. But it's a super fun event. You've been doing that event with the Chamber for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love the community feel of Black Friday. And then that Saturday, I like the focus on small business. There'll be some fun things that will happen that day as well during the daytime when it's light. So that will work out for both of those days where, you know, if you're around town, you're going to have quite a bit to do and see and participate in, right?
Right. Yeah. It'll be new to see what the other districts do as well as the center.
Right. Right.
Sometimes we tend to focus on the center. Having the other business districts will really open up Winthrop for Small Business Saturday and see what kind of specials and things are going to be happening. So it's
Right.
exciting.
Right.
A lot of exciting things coming your way from the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce. We're really excited to bring them to you. If you are not a member and would like to be a member, please contact Diana at the Chamber of Commerce, 617-846-9898.
Yep, or Diana at winthropchamber.com. You can send me a quick email, or if you feel like you want to just stop in and say hello, you can stop in as well. That's totally okay. I also wanted to do a quick shout out and thank you to the Winthrop Transcript for just always being there with us with our events, for the coverage they gave us at awards night, for the coverage they give us at ribbon cutting, and other things that we have. So it's just, I'm very, very, very grateful for their responsiveness and their willingness to partner up with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great. It's fantastic. What else do we have?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Well, we will see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.